Welcome to the Spy Collection. My name is Anastasios and this is another episode from our series where we go through the allegedly leaked US intelligence community documents from 2023. As always, we aren't in a position to judge the authenticity of those documents, but they are still an excellent learning tool and potentially an important spy artifact for our collection. This time, we chose this document from the United States Defense Intelligence Agency, the DIA. We have reconstructed it so that it's easier to present. It's part of DIA's Global Highlights product, which was, and likely still is, a standing report to keep the United States military leaders informed of what's happening around the world. Based on its I code, the DIA analysts that worked on it stopped processing new information on February 23, 2023 at 05:15 EST. Note, this is not the publication time, it's when they stopped processing new information. Its classification markings tells us a lot about the sources and methods used to obtain this information. SIG means Special Intelligence Gamma, which refers to sensitive intercepted communications, and next to that we read Foreign Government Information Ecuador. This is immediately telling us that what we are about to read was a result of information obtained from the government of Ecuador and intercepted communications. Its title, Ecuador, considering Mi-17 transfer to Kyiv, is apparently referring to the MiL Mi-17 helicopters NATO designated as HIP that the Ecuadorian army operates, and at the time there were secret negotiations to send them to Ukraine. As we read, in mid-February, Ecuadorian army leaders intended to donate Mi-17 HIPs in poor condition to Ukraine but requested logistic support to transport them to avoid opposition political pressure. In late January, Russian military intelligence recommended a suspension of bilateral economic ties if the transfer occurs. Based on the classification markings and what we just read, we can also speculate that the DIA was able to intercept communications from the Russian military intelligence, the GRU. It continues that in early February, a leading pro-Russian opposition legislator also pressed the army to stop the transfer in favor of Russian maintenance support of the HIPs. An Ecuadorian official in Moscow was concerned the transfer would not occur due to Quito's reliance on Russia for economic trade. And late January, Russian officials expressed concern to Ecuadorian diplomats in Moscow over the potential transfer, which would be the first Latin American weapons transfer to Kyiv. And the DIA analyst's assessment of the situation was that the Ecuadorian government likely intends to complete the transfer to Kyiv to replace its aging Russia-made HIPs with a US alternative. Without prompt US logistic support, Ecuador may reconsider its planned donation in the face of Russian economic pressure and domestic political pressure. Here is DIA's PCN for this product, as well as that it was produced by DIA's Americas and Transregional Threat Center along with a DRI. One quite interesting part of it is this. That photo wasn't in any publicly available source, so based on the classification, we can assume it originated from the Ecuadorian government. As we can read, it's from mid-February 2023 and it says that the Ecuadorian army disassembled 5 Mi-17s and is prepared to donate up to 6, which Ukraine likely will use for parts, to receive US foreign military financing. Note that despite this DIA leaked document, publicly Ecuador denies providing the Mi-17s to Ukraine. However, in a world of deception, lies, secrets and spies, nothing is as it seems.